What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of The Chef with a Beard. So today I'm going to be doing something very interesting, I think. I'm actually going to be trying to attempt to make McDonald's chicken McNuggets. I think most of us growing up as kids or whatever, and even just as adults nowadays, for some random reason we just have always fallen in love with it. So I thought, why the heck not? Let's just try and make it at home, right? So follow me. Let's just get right into it. I'll see you there. So for this recipe, we're going to need roughly 1.5 pounds of diced up chicken. Just makes it a little bit easier. So I took it out of the package, I rinsed it off and patted it dry. You're also going to need half a teaspoon of onion powder, quarter of a teaspoon of white or black pepper. Next, we also have 2 teaspoons of low sodium soy sauce. We also have half a teaspoon of salt. We also have half a teaspoon of sugar and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. So we're going to start by adding all of our ingredients into a food processor or blender. So the chicken, cornstarch, soy sauce, onion powder, our salt and pepper, and also our sugar. So once all the ingredients are inside the food processor or blender, we're just going to fully pulse it till it's very smooth. So it's going to be like a puree. Once it looks like this, guys, it's gonna be ready to take off and we're gonna start shaping our nuggets. Alright, so now we're gonna start forming our nugget shapes here. Fortunately, I don't have any gloves on me, but so I'd say about like 1 to 2 ounces maybe. Just get them into the nice shape that whatever you want to get them in. So something like that. And we're just gonna set them on some parchment paper. So depending on the size of how many you do here, you're probably going to get a good solid, probably 10 to 15 portions. I'm just going to do a couple here, obviously. Okay, so after we've rolled those up, obviously as you can see, they're very sticky or whatever, so it's obviously a lot easier if you have gloves. So after this though, once you have it set on the parchment paper, we're just going to quickly pop them inside the freezer for about 15 minutes to set. So while we have the nuggets setting inside the freezer for the next 15 minutes, I'm just going to start setting up our wet batter. So we're going to start out by combining in 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, followed by 1/2 cup of cornstarch, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And we're just going to really blend that up really well. And then we're just going to crack 1 whole egg in there. And we're just going to add in 1 1/4 cup of some cold tap water. So I'm just going to gradually add in the water. And if we always need to add more, then we can do that. So what you're looking for here, this is a really nice, smooth, consistent batter. Alright, that should be good. And for our chicken dredge today, I just put together some cornstarch. There's no extra seasoning in it, pretty simple. So I've set up the breading station. So we're going to start out with the cornstarch dredge right here. Then we're going to dip the chicken into the wet batter here, followed by we're going to put it into the oil. So it's very important that before we add in our chicken nuggets into the oil, we need to make sure that the oil is roughly around 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So our oil is heated up and our nuggets here have set up a little bit. So they're not going to freeze, but they're going to help them get set if you freeze it for 15-20 minutes, guys. And we're going to take the nuggets and we're going to add them into our cornstarch dredge. So just make sure we're shaking off any excess of the cornstarch before we add it into the batter. Alrighty, so it's time to drop these into the fryer oil now. You're just going to be very careful and you're going to slowly add that into the oil. And we're just going to let these cook for roughly about 5 minutes. So we're just going to casually keep stirring these around. Kind of looks like the batter kind of poofed up on me because they look kind of right now. They look kind of like chicken bowls rather than nuggets, but I guess we'll see what they'll look like at the end here. So we're just going to start taking these out and letting them rest. So if you have a cooling rack, you can do that. Here I just got some parchment, so we're just going to put them on here, let them rest for a couple of minutes. I just gotta dig right in here, guys. Let's try this out. So I just made up some honey mustard. Just all it is, really. Actually, just honey and mustard. Mix it up together. Really simple. You can have whatever sauce you want, really. Well, minus the fact that I think I made them just a little bit too big. I definitely think that they probably could have been like double fried. So basically, drop them down for about the first 5 minutes. Take them out, let them rest for about a minute or so, and then. Just re-drop them down for maybe another 2 minutes, but they're really crunchy still. But I think just to get a little bit more of a golden brown kind of color to it. But outside of that, like, these actually turned out really good. Yeah, so I've never made these before. Definitely a very interesting kind of thing. I think there's maybe a creative way that maybe sometime I can maybe make another episode down the road. Something that's more vegan related or vegetarian kind of thing. It probably would turn out kind of the same way, I think. But anyways, so if you liked today's episode, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to still be coming out with some more episodes. Hopefully I'm going to be coming out with a few more soon. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Till next time, guys. Catch you later.